Commander Black, personal log 2021.12.12. Here we are again. It's nice that nothing ever changes, but at the same time, I suppose I am missing a bit of excitement. Fortunately, time doesn't allow for that. We must proceed with the construction. And so, as always, we do what we must do. Because that's what we do. End log. Hello, Stormy. Non-smokable weed. Wow. I don't know. I don't know if that's an insult, calling me a weed. I suppose weed is a plant, isn't it? But still. Huh. Wonder where that happened. So how you doing, Mr. Stormy, sir? Or should I say, Mr. Snow? Mr. Snow. Also, good morning, Ida.
Good morning, Commander.
Here she's operational. Let's go with and peaceful. Enter it aware. This is true. This is true, but you've been doing quite well so far, so. Security Chief. Well, good to hear. Those poor victims. Good morning, Lieutenant Commander. Always huffing and puffing. Yes, I know there's nothing to do here, but that's only because of your lack of creativity. Think of something to do. Find a way to entertain yourself. Accept the circumstances you're in, and do something about it. Harsh, I know, but this is life. Adapt. Good luck, Commander. I'm curious though, when you say demon cult, are y'all demons? Or is it a demon worshipping cult? Or a demon summoning cult? You know what? Before I go, I want a pizza. I know one of these fridges has pizza. Hey, Chud. Kidding me? Humans turned into beings with void powers who lost their souls, which turned them into demons. I see. Fair enough. There's my pizza. Okay. Wondering if this is necessary. If I can curve this section inwards. Turn on symmetry. Excuse me. We need to start working on the bottom. Oh, turn that. Okay, plus is good. And let's continue with add and sandwich. So I believe this is the bottommost point. Still need to shape out these cells. This is where we need to focus our attention. A very small surface area to be landing on. Welcome back. maybe we bring this section down as well. Okay, let's start here then. Am I going to be able to save the monkey thrusters? I don't think so. Ida, turn light on. Thank you, Ida. Ida, open logistics. Ida, open logistics. Okay, good. Close window. When she works, she works. When she doesn't, she doesn't. Okay. We need to bring this down. What's going to happen here? All right, let's take a look here. Says ramp A double. The things you have to do to get better equipment. Texture check because I think. No, probably won't be exposed. Doesn't matter. Indeed, it doesn't. But I mean, it keeps you coming back. That's the crux of it, right? Let's see. I'm not very fond of grab series. What if it was a full block? The block would be okay. Good. I feel like listening to message bottle sensor. Perhaps Ah. Maybe not these pieces, maybe these pieces. Okay. It's gonna have to be a rampy medium. I think we need to cut corner C in order to be able to put a corner half C on the side. That is side too long. There we go. There's the one. Yeah. Too fast. Maybe I'm just not used to it today. Ah, monster stinks. Yeah, this is pretty messed up. Even if that's what I wanted to do, it would still be incorrect. Oh wow. Okay. The other side isn't done at all. Interesting. Okay. To what we intended. I think oh, this is messed up too. The idea was to put two generators here. Is this all steel? Oh. Wonder if I could have decided between this and that. No. Put it on the top and the bottom. Damn. It's convoluted. It's difficult to figure out what was going on. Okay, so this is also broken. Okay. I do open. I'm gonna have to seal up behind them eventually. Nothing here as well. Hmm. Yeah, see what I did here. No, I understand. Well, kind of. I think I prefer to have them all around if I'm going to do this. Oops. Let's go with episode. You know what? I think we should just fill these. I'm not sure if I need to cover up the entirety of the thruster. Having second thoughts about that all around. Because of the additional weight. And blocks like this. Could probably remove them and then do something about it later. What I do need to pay attention to is stuff like this, where clearly it's just a steel block and it needs to be reinforced. Also, I have no idea why these blocks are here. There's no purpose to them. Not even sure why these blocks are here. It may be necessary, but we'll find out. Stuff like this. We filled in. Okay. Let's see. We'll do something about this. If we follow the pattern. 1, 2. Oh, good. Let's go with this one. Ah, okay, so that's not going to work. The choices we made here already. Also, interesting. So, this is also in the category of can be removed. Not so sure about that one block, but I think I'm starting to pick up on an idea that should not put more blocks than are absolutely necessary. Until later. When you've kind of solidified everything else, then you can worry about the internals.
Click a sub for your streamer. Oh, Twitch of the many. Oh, Twitch of the many.
Thank you, Arasad. Long time no speak. Good night. Good sleep. Have fun with Alpha 20 on 7 Days to Die. Saw you started up a server. I started working, unfortunately, so I have less time to stream, which is sad. it wouldn't matter what level you guys are at. I would join even if you guys were at level 250, but I'm playing a mod right now, so I think that if I go to Alpha 20, I might break that. But I might come over once it's stable. Yeah, I think I saw you guys in voice chat either earlier today or yesterday. I can't remember which it was. I think it was earlier today. And one more person as well. And you and Hecken are working on something else as well. I saw like maps passing through on this Well, pretty much this is it. From here, probably another 2 to 3 hours. And Wednesday around the same time. So, praise Kiwi. Hello. I'm doing well. How about yourself? Feel free to. I'm always happy for contact from you, Arasad. Well, Crazy Kiwi, it went quickly. That's for sure. Trying to clean up a little bit on Big Mama. Taking out pieces I don't really need. When I first started, I was overambitious. I'm just like, I'm going to protect all the thrusters. I'm going to put blocks around them all and make sure there's no chaining. Now I'm like, I wish I hadn't have done that because now I have to take it all out. It's extra weight. And also not really necessary. I've got 1,004 XL thrusters, so if I blow a few, I think I'll be alright. Especially these small ones. Ah, okay, so those are ones that I can't take out. I'm sure probably these are the same. No, don't do that. Yeah. Okay. Oops, a daisy. Oh well. Fix it. Yeah, I know. It's been a long time and you haven't been here to enjoy your subscriptions. Kind of makes me feel bad. But we can talk later. Go to sleep. You can always hit me up on Discord, so. I didn't know chess had explosions. What kind of chess are you playing, Crazy Kiwi? So I have ordered some new cables for my controller. China. No. But it'll be a while before I get those. Because I'm experiencing decision fatigue when it comes to ordering stuff from Amazon. There are just too many choices. And reading the reviews doesn't help either because the negative reviews are really, really negative, and the positive reviews are super positive. So it's hard to, you know, kind of want to trust the negative ones more, but then you like some of the reviews that are negative don't even sound like they're talking about the actual product that you're looking at. So I get very confused. Plus, it's a lot of reading just to try and make a decision for something that I'm going to purchase. All of this. Oh my god. None of this is necessary. All this can go, I think? Holy crud. Oh, there's going to be a lot of cleanup to do. Oh well. Part and parcel. Let's go with something chill. Rapid pockets. So how's life treating you, Chris Crew? You looking forward to the upcoming vacation days? Because I know I am. Unfortunately, I only get the official days. Because, you know, I've accumulated no time off. It's fine. I don't like it. You know what? I'm kind of tired of doing this, so what we'll do is figure out what we want this to look like. Replicate it, and then we'll deal with the cleanup later, because there's going to be a lot of it. Because I feel like building, not destroying right now. Okay, so that's solid, I think, on every front. This, on the other side, is A-okay on this side. It's not A-okay. So what we'll do... The other thing is this whole metal thing we got going on here. We need a lot of combat steel to replicate that. Okay, so we did mess up a bunch of stuff here. That's fine. We can fix it. Luckily, since both sides of this ramp A double are covered, we don't have to worry about the orientation. And then we need these. This hopefully will fix any mistakes we put on the other side. Good. Could we follow the normal progression for this? I'm gonna leave it indented. I guess what we can do is it's gonna be very pretty. Reverse the polarity. Oh no, that looks weird too. Also looks weird there. Although we could do a ramp A double because that would allow us to do Red connector D's right above it would suit this just perfectly. Not even sure I should be doing this in, you know, let's change it later. Then we can just go to corner half B's all the way. So far I didn't have enough things to clean up. That's good. Now, mark this for deletion. Come on. Come on. Alright, so that's a mistake. That should be. It should be a corner half B. The paint fix. We're gonna have to paint it, go back and fix it, then come back. Or start, continue on from there. Why does the controller keep on dropping off? Please stop. There we go. Alright, yep, problem. You know I've not enabled the controller. It just uses it anyways, regardless. Ignoring my wishes completely. I definitely should have painted that before I did it. Hindsight. Hindsight. Also have a lot of combat steel, which weighs a lot. Ah, this is not even close to being completed. Okay. Box. Come on. Lose yourself on the floor. Gotcha. I could do four-way symmetry, but unfortunately I don't know where the center line for the top and the bottom is right now, since there's been major changes in the structure. I'm sure. Not sure if that's necessary. Get to that. I have so many things I want to do. I want to teach Ida how to select the blocks based on the name. That's going to be a lot of work. Plus, I want to improve her programming altogether. That block didn't go in, so I don't have to worry about it. If we do something to make this meet this. wondering if a cut corner C and slice corner D's would do it, but this definitely needs to be sealed. Okay, so a lot of this doesn't exist on the other side. Nor on the top or the bottom. Let's take a look at what we have. That looks like a ramp A double. But if so, then that would be a ramp A period, which it's not. So this is not a ramp A double. What is it? Oh, sneaky. Okay. Too clever for your own good. So this is potentially a ramp A double combination here. Which it is. Okay, gotcha. The easiest way to do it would be to rip the pieces out one by one and place them back in. If I could get control. Whoa, hey, what was that? This is intermittent. Why? Oh, I get it. So my flip toolbar button is the PS button, and when it disconnects and I hit the PS button to flip the tool bar over, it then tries to connect via Bluetooth. Luckily I have Bluetooth turned off. Not sure if it will work via Bluetooth. And even if it does work via Bluetooth, it won't be the controls that I like or that I've set up. It'll be the controls that Elion has decided should be the controls, which are completely messed up and make no sense for trying to do anything. So we're not doing that. Until they allow me to reprogram the tools, not going to be. A double. Add a double here. And switch. Just take these out, all of these out. Put them back in so that it replicates it on the other side. Hopefully we'll be able to figure it. Figure it out from there. Boom, boom. All the way down. Rotate it to get that right there. This is probably a, yep, it is a medium. Means that's a ramp A, that's a ramp medium. Go. That takes us into. What is this piece called? Cube half ramp. And then a ramp D and a ramp A double. Ramp A doubles all the way down. To there. Alright. Again, luckily we don't have to worry about the orientation of the ramp A double because we're not going to be painting edges. We'll be covering them. Make it quicker and easier. Just throw this all back into place. Need a ramp key for that. Okay, good. So that's that. Except for here. So there and there. Need to replace the ramp A. So you have XX blocks left, and they are whatever shape you choose, non-specific. Okay. You're gonna have to elaborate on that because I have difficulty understanding. If 71 block, you talked about my tool belt, as in like how many blocks I have left in my tool belt. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. So it's one thing that I've discovered is that when you place the blocks on your belt, they're in a specific orientation. Okay. So, if you create a flat surface, let's say like this, and it doesn't necessarily apply with Xenoblocks, but I did see an example of it earlier, somewhere down at the bottom of the ship. Well, let's say I put this down, like I make a line here, but I leave the orange ones empty for whatever reason, right? And then I've been working on this group here, and I've been doing it, and you can see how on this block the mesh is on the bottom, like on the side there, like you can see the hex pattern that determines the bottom of the block, right? But if I go to this one that I haven't touched at all, you can't see the mesh because the mesh is actually on the bottom. So if we take a look, if I get underneath it and get close enough, you can see the hex pattern there on the bottom, indicating this is the bottom of the block, right? So if I did the whole of this surface with the exception of the orange squares, like that, and then I came back to this one with the mesh on the side, and I just said, oh, I need cubes, like that. The mesh is still on the side, and I filled in those holes. If I go to paint this with a smooth pattern, I will end up with kind of different shades in this section of blocks that I put in afterwards, right? And this is kind of something I've learned from building a couple of ships where I've used flat surfaces and just painted them a generic color, specifically, or generic texture, specifically on metal. Just find a metal material that will, oh god, please, controller. Really need new cables. Anyways, so this pattern where it's just flat, like clear paint, and you'd probably see it best here. So this is the pattern that I would paint with, right? If they're in different orientation, you'll find that there are little lines in between the blocks, and this will be slightly different looking than the other ones. So I always try to keep one set blocks on my belt that I don't do any rotations with. And if I do rotations with, I'll go then and, you know, add, even just picking them up and putting them back down, we'll set them back to the proper orientation, right? Also, sometimes if I'm going to be building a large area where there's a repeating pattern, so a prime example of that is the bottom here, specifically this, where I'm going with the same pieces over and over again. So I'm going from a corner half B to a slice corner, like basically through this pattern. Then I might put a set of 4 blocks on my belt and just set each one of them to this so I don't have to keep on changing. And then I'll just go through and, you know, place this block, move to the next one, place that one, move to the next one, place that one, go all the way back to the first one, place it, and just work that way, because it's faster than switching out every single time. Right? So there's a couple of reasons why I put more than one block on my belt of the same material, and those are those reasons. Well, some of the reasons why I do that. Of course, it doesn't always stick, right? Sometimes I'll go and place a block that's supposed to be flat and then just start swapping block shapes with that and rotating it. And I'm like, doo. And again, it doesn't really matter that much on Xeno, but it does matter a lot on any metal material when you're using flat surfaces. That's why you'll find a lot of the ships that are on the workshop that are made out of combat steel or hardened steel. The designer will not use smooth surfaces like that. They'll use this one, or one of these patterns where it doesn't matter what the orientation of the block was when it was put down, because it kind of just meshes together and it's less noticeable. It's only when you're using specific patterns like this, that you'll run into trouble. And frankly, some of the times I just like having smooth looking ships. One of the ships that I paid a lot of attention to when I was building it, because this was directly after realizing what the error was the Spear of Selene over there. Take a look and all, because it's a prime example. Sometimes it's unavoidable, especially when you have shaping on the corners. That's when it kind of doesn't always work out. Just find Zod. I think I'm on the I'm on the bottom. Yes, I'm okay with leaving the logistics network, because I'm actually going to be leaving the logistics network. Where is Zod? There it is. Hello, Zod. Hello, Zod, my old friend. We move across space once again to go check out the Spear of Selene for the crazed Kiwi. Yeah, I should never sing the bad conspiracy. Okay, so this is the... If I could stop, please. This is the Spear of... Why are you trying to kick me out of the cockpit? I just wish this would honor its thing and just stay off when I ask it to stay off. So, here under the light, look, see that pattern there on that edge? That's the type of thing that you'll end up with. And if you randomly put down blocks, it'll be a swath of them. But you can see here, like, the center flat area is nice and smooth. That's because I deliberately made sure to put the blocks all in the same orientation. However, if you look at the edges, you can see a little bit, those are a little bit lighter. That's kind of unavoidable. And you'll see it happening at every corner, right? So generally, designers will use a pattern that will eliminate that. So let's say that I just, despite not, I really don't like doing this, but ruin it too much. And let's not change the color texture. So if I just did that, right, which is what's, standard for most ships to look like that. Oops. Then it doesn't matter that you didn't put them on the same orientation, because this pattern kind of makes it a-okay, right? Get those corners as well. So now it doesn't really stand out as much. when you come around these corners, even the thing that was there before doesn't stand out as much. It's not as obvious. That way you can build without having to worry about the textures not aligning. Right? But I didn't want to build this like that, so I used the smooth one, and when you do the smooth one, you can see, especially if you're looking at it from the side. Now, it's not always apparent, but when you fly by the sun in particular, and you get that bright surface reflecting, that's when you start to see it the most. I got that song set. So yeah, the choice of texture makes a difference. And that's why the great majority of designers will use this texture to hide that inconsistency in texturing, in shaping. And it's not, like, you really, as a builder, shouldn't have to think about that. Like, if you paint some surface, it should all be the same. But it's not, that's not always how it works. So, that's not a dot pattern. That is carpet. So yeah. And that's why I try to make sure that when I put the block down, especially flat blocks, that they're all in the same orientation. Now again, it doesn't matter too much because it doesn't matter too much when you're using Xeno, because Xeno is similar to this texture where it's very forgiving. It doesn't really show as much. But if you're using steel or combat steel or heavy steel, hardened steel, then yeah, you definitely want to pay attention to. And when I discovered that, well, that was kind of like, I considered that was a like, I have moved to the next level in my building skills. Why the hell am I still flying? When I realized that and I started implementing it. I saw somebody else doing it before and I couldn't figure out, oh, please stop. I couldn't figure out why they were doing it. It made no sense to me. Like, it was an additional effort to pick up the block and put it back down, open up your inventory just so you could do that. And I didn't really bother asking for an explanation at the time. But now that I've seen it happen, it makes perfect sense to me why that person was doing that. I suppose I kind of am happier that I discovered it in that way, because now it's cemented in my head the reasoning behind it, as opposed to them just telling me and be like, oh yeah, I could see that. I guess I'll be using a generic pattern everywhere. But even here, you can kind of see it a little bit in the corner ones that are going down the Marathi doubles. But most of the time, it's not necessarily apparent. But if it's a big flat surface on the top of the ship, you're going to notice that. It's unavoidable. You're really going to see it, and it's really going to irk you. The other problem, of course, is once you see it, your choices are to go and rotate every single block until they're at the right orientation, or to just rip it all off and place it all down again to try and fix it. Both options are not very good. So I try to kind of do it right from the beginning, I guess. Doesn't always turn out that way, but you do your best. Alright, so let's continue on with this. Also, let's continue on with the music. Let's go. Voices. It's a similar thing I discovered too when I was doing, I was putting in bulletproof glass windows in 7 Days to Die, which are very expensive and very tedious to make. And 7 Days to Die has a feature where it tries to orient the block based on which face you're facing, or you're looking at. So let's say when I put a block here, I can either put a block like this, I can put a block like that, or I can put a, like, I can click looking at this, I can click looking at that, or I can click looking at that, or I can click looking at that. In 7 Days to Die, depending on which one I'm looking at, it will put it in a different orientation. And with bulletproof windows in particular, putting the orientation down differently than the block next to it creates a kind of line in between them. You can still see through it, but it's a like an opaque line where the surface is, you know, supposed to be ending, I guess. So if you ever do put down bulletproof glass, just before you place any blocks, look at one face and change the thing to advanced. And by changing it to advanced, it will lock the orientation, and it doesn't matter which surface you look at after that. All the blocks will be placed in the same orientation, which means the glass will be as see-through as possible without having any weird lines in between it. Otherwise, it's an expensive thing to correct. So this block already was here. All of these blocks need to go. I mean, even this block itself, right? The orientation matters because one of the faces, I'll show you another example of this. One of these flat sides on either side of it, so this side or this side can be painted and the other one can't. So see, that one just paints this side, right? But this one paints this whole side. So if you want to get that side on a, like, let's say you have a line along the ship that you want to paint just that, it's important to, you know, to kind of put it down the right way when you first put it down, so you don't have to go back and rotate all the blocks or move them all, replace them all, which is particularly painful when you're using symmetry. Also, another thing I discovered is don't paint in symmetry. Painting in symmetry is terrible because it doesn't match the surface that you're painting. In particular, with cut corner C's, basically anything that is a cut corner will not paint properly, right? So let's look at an example of it with, I'm gonna assume that this is going to be solid blocks. No. Yeah. Yet. Just mark this for deletion first. Even though I'm pretty sure it probably didn't place on the other side, but you never know. Alright, so let's go back to the first block here, and the cut corner B. Any cut corner is an example of this, but cut corner B in particular. So let's say I went ahead and painted this surface, right? I've placed the block. I've elected to paint. Why do I select pink? This surface, right? There is a very good chance that when I go to the other side, this surface will not be painted. It'll be like this side or something like that. I don't know what it is that causes it, but there's definitely a mismatch when it comes to the texturing. Okay. Where is that block? Huh? Confused. Is it possible that I have pushed these back too far? Okay, so that's the block we painted. Interesting, because I'm pretty sure I was working on. Alright, fine. Let's go with something we know is there. This one in the lower corner. So we'll paint that block. I feel like there's a mismatch between those. Have I chosen? So I should have painted this block here, one of these two blocks, right? Let me just remove. There it is. See? Now, despite me painting that face on the other side, it's painted this face. So this is why symmetry doesn't always work, as far as painting is concerned. That'll happen anything along the cut corner line, right? So all of these blocks, including these small ones, and even sometimes these guys. So this one, if you paint this, if you paint this flat little side here, it'll paint both sides, but then if you go to the other side, it will have painted this big one and not these edges. Same goes for all of these pieces. So painting in symmetry, for flat blocks, it's fine. Most of the time. For blocks like this, ramp A, it's fine most of the time. Not sure about the ramp doubles, but anytime you come across a cut corner C or any cut corner, painting with symmetry will not necessarily work. It'll mess it up. It will mess it up and mess up. That makes sense. But yeah, little things to keep in mind, because it really would be a lot easier to be able to paint everything symmetrically, but unfortunately it's not that easy. So I'm getting the vibe. I'm going to have to remove all of this Xeno and replace it with steel to get the same effect as the other side. But I am also coming to the conclusion that I do not want to do that. So herein lies my dilemma. Okay, so we've got it almost replicated. Just a couple of things here and there that need to be fixed up. Go with. Hello, Mike. How are you? Go with robot right now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting these new cables so I don't have to worry about it. I'm considering just going out and getting one just to hide me by until the order comes from China, because it's going to take a long time to get from China. And I need to go and get a haircut because I'll be officially going into the office soon. Not looking forward to that. So yeah. I can tell you one thing though. 1.7 comes out, I am not ready. I have not finished any of the stuff that I wanted to do in preparation for it. So I'll probably be sticking with this save for a little bit. This universe I shall stay for a while. I struggled so hard. I'm also happy that you've been here recently. It's been lonely. But my schedule is pretty much going to be consistent like this from now moving forward. Unfortunately, I can't put in the long hours I used to, because, you know, I need sleep. I'm not so sure about that piece. I know, Stormy and I tried to sleep like 4 hours a day. for the past week, and as a result, this weekend my sleep schedule was hella messed up. Completely just fucked, for lack of a better word. I couldn't enjoy any of the things I was doing because I kept on falling asleep. It is. It is. And thanks for bringing it to my attention. I think I'm running out of all O2 bottles. Oh no, I don't remember where I left Zod. Yeah, no, I wasn't getting any naps during the day. I was going from like 8 in the morning till 3 a.m. every day for 5 days in a row, and I don't know if I used to be able to do it, but I certainly can't do it anymore, that's for sure. But yeah, I wasn't able to enjoy any of the things I was doing because I was just too tired and I kept on falling asleep. And so I decided to go and take a nap, and then I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and stayed awake till like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, then took another nap and woke up at like 10 o'clock, and then I was awake all night, went to sleep at 7. It just messed me up. So I won't be doing that anymore. Unfortunately, it cuts into all the time that I have during the week. Let's face it, I just hate working. It is not the job, it's any job. It's just having to commit to spending more time of my life than I spend enjoying it. You know, doing stuff because I have to. But once I win the lottery, it'll all be good, right? That's the nightmare. I mean, the dream. Alright, good. Let's go run to a person put this up. Everybody thinks winning the lottery is going to make your life better, but I think 9 times out of 10, people end up more miserable than when they started. But of course, you know, you're special. It'll be different for you. You won't fall into any of those traps. The worst part about it is the same problem as just getting a job from not having a job. You've accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and that lifestyle is not expensive, and you're happy, and then you start working, and your lifestyle, you know, gets better, you start doing more things, you start spending more money, and then maybe you get a raise, and, you know, the same happens again, where you're making more money, and you're, you know, you're enjoying your life, and then you lose your job, and you can't go back. It's very difficult. So I'm trying very hard not to get too accustomed to having this extra money, trying to maintain my lifestyle as it was before I had it. Oh, that's painted. Okay. I'm with Stormy on that one. I'm kind of with Stormy on that one. Like, hire somebody to manage your money so you can just make money off of the money that you have, and then use the money that you make to continually improve. When you have that much money, Crazed Kiwi, everybody will have trust issues. You will constantly be living in doubt. That's why rich people don't have that many friends, right? Because you never know who's really your friend and who just wants money from you, right? This is the problem of wealth. Stormy's got the right gist. Stormy's got the right idea there. You know what? If we stop this sooner, we could probably take it up. Using a ramp A. Oh no, okay. Well, the ramp A on this side. That looks about right. Rich people prefer to be friends with rich people because other rich people don't try to beg money off of you and each other. This is true. So herein lies the issue, because this is a flat surface, but this... I have 2 blocks to turn it into a flat surface. How would I go about that? Well, I guess the first question is, what piece would fit in here? Obviously just a wall, or a half slab, as it were. And how do we get from the half slab to... What would help me do this? Let's call Cunningham. You know what? Sometimes maybe we just accept. Not try to force it. No, I can't accept it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. I'm upside down. Okay, so that brings us down here, which I guess will do the same thing. Oh. Cover these. I won $1 billion. The first thing I would do is find myself a really high grade PC. I think the first thing you should do is talk to a financial advisor. And maybe start a trust fund. $1 billion, though. $1 billion is such an exorbitant amount of money. There's a certain, I think they did a study and they found that, like, in terms of US dollars, there is a certain medium. Oh, did I do this upside down? Or, yeah, I think I did. All of this is. I think it was like 90K. Once you start earning 90K. Yeah, exactly. And making sure that the people that you put in charge of it aren't ripping you off. It just it adds a level of fear to your life that that I believe is probably going to end up being very unhealthy. Oh, that means that all this is wrong too. Take it up to 50%. I can't tell which is the correct and which is the incorrect. Delete it all. So over 90K, no extra amount of money is gonna add, like, it's the return, it's the point of diminishing returns. You're gonna reach a certain point where even though you're making more money, it's not actually adding to your happiness. And I think it's a human thing. It doesn't have anything to do necessarily with being in the US or not. In terms of earning income, right? We're not talking about like you just win $1 billion. So I think there's gonna be a certain point where you're just gonna be like, this is too much money, and now I'm only spending my time worrying about losing the money and not having it anymore and not being able to live the lifestyle that I have become accustomed to. I wouldn't rent an apartment. I would buy property because it'll increase in value over time. Should not have done that. Should have marked it for deletion first. Especially if you have children, you want to have some way of passing that wealth onto them so that they can live a better life. Because, I mean, as a parent, that's kind of one of the guiding factors in a lot of the decisions you make. Well, in that case, you have anything to worry about, right? That's less of a concern for you. Job of a parent. Prepare the child to handle the future. Yeah, well, potato, potato. Right? Preparing them for the future will help them have a better future than you had, hopefully. Imparting some of the wisdom that you gained. And hoping they retain it long enough to actually do something good with it. That's funny. Let's go with Rico's Underground. Close window. So if we start from the edge, which is here, I see. So after this initial one, which is this here, we switch this piece. Hey, what happened to my... oh. We switch this piece to a cut corner B. That's where the confusion's coming. I'd probably try not to keep my wealth that much in the late years, because money is worthless to me the moment I'm dead. No need to hoard it for the rest of my life. Yeah, but that being said, like, you could set it up so that the money continues to make money, but at the same time, whatever profit is made is, you know, used for the greater good as you see fit. So you could leave a long-lasting legacy. Because one-time donations are, you know, helpful and useful, but over time, you know, helping over time, I think would probably be a better outcome. I'd want my contribution to keep on giving well past the time that I'm gone. Okay. So far, so good. I think this is the point where it all changes. Greater good, then I would start a campaign to stop automating society so capitalism can go on, or a campaign to automate society to the point where capitalism is the only reason society cannot function. Hell, your reasonings are beyond my understanding. You got plans upon plans. All of that is nice. It's a good gesture. It's a great idea. But the bottom line is, until you can eliminate human greed, none of those plans are going to work. Humans will always find a way to corrupt any system for profit. Alright, I think we did it. I think we've achieved consistency. This line happens where this is. This line happens where this is. Good. Alright, so this means that both sides should now be the same. Now we have to replicate all of this at the bottom. It is Zod. I know it's here because I can see the light. The light of Zod. If you automate everything, there will only be enough work for 20% of the human population. Well, I'm pretty sure there will still always be people who want to work, regardless of whether everything is automated or not. You realize Zod is smaller than that thruster on this new ship? Yep. Yeah, yes. Zod is smaller than a lot of the 1,000 large XL thrusters that are on this ship. Okay, so this is pretty messed up. And also, why is this steel? If a store needs 20 to 40 people to run, then you automate it completely to the point where you only need 4 or 5 people to keep the automated stuff working. But then you enter a point where you need very highly skilled people to be able to run everything, right? Strange, because I thought I painted all of this red. Also, it's totally not necessary. There's a lot of... I need to start painting and less just removing random blocks. Pretty sure I'd like to see all of this between these guys, but... Oh wow, all of this can be removed? Okay, automation is reducing the amount of humans required to get a job done. You're going to leave left with... See, the only way that's going to work is if you actually have a means like universal income or something along those lines, right? Otherwise, there's going to be a swath of people who are starving because they can't get one of those 4 to 5 jobs. So, you know, now you're talking about governments have to intervene. Oh, yeah. Well, poverty. Yeah, but the question is, will it? Or will people just let people starve? See what I'm saying? Like, if there's no... Like, how are you going to charge taxes? How is the government going to tax automation? You can't tax automation, right? And companies are not paying anything for their profits as it is. Most big companies are finding a way to avoid paying taxes legally and legitimately. So where's the government money going to come from? How will governments be funded? Resources will need to be distributed as needed. By whom? Who is going to distribute them? There's going to be the people who have the money and are profiting from this, right? And they are going to keep their money because traditionally they haven't given it away so far. So there's no reason for them to in the future. Is it as messed up on the other side as it is here? Go and check. And also, I think this is not the same. I'm not sure what this occurs. The recently divorced wife of the automation leads to less humans needing to work. Less humans needing to work means less people earn money. Yeah, okay, so far I'm with you. And you don't see an inherent problem in that. The less people or humans who earn money, the less money will circulate. Well, also, the less money people have, the less money that people have, the less they're going to be able to buy stuff. The less they're going to be able to buy stuff, the more expensive the products will be. The more expensive the products will be, the less people will be able to afford them. Then only the people who are working will be able to afford anything. And if they can't afford anything, it'll be too expensive. So you're talking about setting up a system for total societal collapse. Basically. Which is not going to be good for anybody. Not that I'm an advocate of keeping the status quo. I acknowledge that things need to change. But total societal collapse is not necessarily the best change possible. So, there's that issue. Let's go with good cues. Not enough. That's how many people, how many of the entire population will be able to earn money? Not enough. And then they won't need automation if nobody can afford anything. Yeah. I mean, granted, there will be a part of the population that will embrace the change and will learn the new skills in order to keep the automation going. There's also going to be a big part of the population that even if they do learn to embrace the change and, prepare themselves to help keep the automation going, are still not going to be able to find a job. And automation is of the benefit for companies because the less people they need to pay, the more profits they will get. I'm still not convinced that this is a good argument for humans to continue to be able to live and exist. I feel like in terms of this whole section is wrong. Okay. With self-driving cars as a potential in the future, cab drivers will not be needed when self-driving cars can be implemented on a global scale. That is one entire industry that will only need employees to maintain cars. Alright, Crazy Kiwi. Enjoy your time. And I'll see you on the next one. Right, so I was right. This is wrong. This needs to be corrected for me. I think that. These two as well, because I know they're wrong already. Well, yeah, but there's been other situations where automation has put people out of work. So this is not, the first example of it, nor will it probably be the last example of it. But people adapted, right? The implication that, okay, cab drivers will not be necessary, but they'll find a different thing. The thing you got to remember also is governments want to keep, companies, they all want to keep people employed because they need people to make money to be able to spend money on the products, right? So any way you look at it, automation may be coming. It may be putting a bunch of people out of work, but either people on their own will find something else to earn money for, or the companies and the governments will come up with a way to keep them employed. That's why you have so many office workers who, when surveyed, said, I'm not really necessary. My job could be either automated or, could be broken down into pieces that would go into other people's jobs. I don't really feel my job is necessary. And it probably isn't, but we've got to keep you employed because otherwise you can have a lot of free time and then you might think about how miserable life is and revolt. And find, actually come to realization that the government's screwing you and, companies are poisoning the world. I didn't come here for that. I came here for a different reason. I came here to take a shower. Because being around these thrusters is not good. People can adapt, but when you reduce to the total amount of workers needed to the minimum, there will be issues. Well, I mean, the easiest way to solve that problem is to just release a virus that kills a large swath of the population, so it looks natural. Oh, wait. Or, you know, take a page from your book and you know, release a virus that doesn't necessarily kill anybody, but make the vaccine sterilize half the population. That could also work. Then you pave the way for automation. Existence. Welcome. How are you? Thank you for the raid. I'm sure... Well, no. You'd be going to work, would you? On a Sunday? Well, I don't know where you are, so it may not be Sunday for you. I have lost track of where I was working now. Thrusters. I think probably the back thrusters. No, definitely not the black thrusters. It must be the front ones. Whee! Yes, here. Ah, okay. So I was right. All right. Well, have a good sleep. I would say automation, as much as possible, would be beneficial to the human society, but only when capitalism can be getting rid of. That's fine. You got to do what you got to do. I appreciate you bringing your friends by. I hope I can entertain them as well as you do. We're just sitting here building Big Mama. Perpetual war. Well, there's another way to not only control the population, but also give everybody a job. We're good with this. Let's go with Sands Mystery. Hey! Uko, how you been? I saw you streaming the past couple of days. Hope you're enjoying Imperion. I don't think he's advising. I think he's just saying what's going to be the result of it. Without capitalism, there might be perpetual war. That's the point he's trying to make, I think. One ship capital attacked me, and my ship is destroyed. Yeah, they're big. They will take you out. I don't even think there was 22 years. I think they've been at war. It just, for those 22 years, the war was hidden. And not, you know, a public war. Perpetual war employs the people who used to make the bombs machines can make. And it gives everybody a job, so to speak. Well, that sucks, Buko. You need to build yourself a capital ship and take revenge. USA is the biggest warmonger in recent history, and nobody bats an eye to it. Well, that's because they make their profit through war, right? If America is not at war, they're making they're not making money. Well, Jay Randall just released a new warship. You could try. I need help for Zascosium. It's not possible for you to fly. There's a mining station, you can buy it. So, J. Randall released... I'm gonna take a minute. Let's see if I can find it. Assuming I've subscribed to it. If you automate everything and make a system based on distributing resources as they are needed, war for resources will not be needed anymore. Yeah, but then you're talking about releasing resources for free, and you're again faced with the problem of human greed, right? So that's not going to happen. No system will work until, like, no system that benefits all of humanity is ever going to work until you eliminate human greed, you know? Because greed is something where I have everything I need, but I want more. And until people are satisfied with having enough to survive and, you know, just basically have an acceptable life, you're never going to be able to find any system that's going to work for the benefit of everybody. What do you call it? This one's a good one. That's pretty, Supremacy. Here it is. Supremacy ICD. I wonder if this will end up in the... This should be a UCH ship, honestly. They should bring it in the game and make it a UCH ship. Do I have enough to make it? The ones who are too greedy can be thrown to Mars. Yeah, okay. You're not going to be able to do that. They have miles more of protection, both legal and physical. Right? They're not going to let you do it. They're plain and simple. Huh. I'm very little... All I need is a little bit of iron, a little bit of substrate, a little bit of carbon substrate, and boom, I can have... Oh, well, not this. Let's... Okay, so it takes a crap ton of iron and safety and stuff. I'm trapped in my initial base. There I have some things, but all the ships in game that they give me are useless, and I do not have a ship that can help me recover my ship that is still in haven when the enemy ship attacked me. And I have no help from anyone who knows how to build one that can serve me. Who said the laws in the future have to be the same as today? Stormy, the status quo. If people believe that the laws of today are working, then they're going to have no reason to change them. And things will stay the same. More like Star Wars. Why has the technology in Star Wars not improved? They're so far in the future. Well, crap, it works. And nobody's needed to innovate for a long time because it works. Star Trek Federation ideal problems? I think few resources won't happen. I agree with you, Mike. It won't. It won't. As long as greed exists, it won't. Star Wars is taking place in the past, actually. Okay. Well, they had all that technology. They could have shared it with everybody, and what ended up happening? Human beings ended up stranded on a one planet with no technology. So what does that tell you, Stormy? The technology is reverse engineered tech from super advanced race. I wonder what happened to the super advanced race. They probably automated everything, and then the greedy people starved out everybody else. So Buko. I think you're going to need a new ship, Buko. You're just going to need a new ship. You're going to need to do some trading. So I know there is a place that you can buy Xeno from, or not Xeno, sorry. That you can buy Zascosium from. I just go way back to the starting place. Elion, right? In your starting system, on one of these, on the Kai moon, right, or on a moon that is next to a gas giant, in this system, there is a mining station. Let me find Kai moon. Oh, Elion. Kai moon sector. Okay, maybe it's not there. In one of these. Here, mining facility. Run by the Polaris Corp. This place will sell you Zazcosium. That's why I need help with a capital ship that is not very large, but has everything necessary to defend the ship well. And it cannot jump that distance. Well, it's within... This sector is within your starting thing, so all you need is a small vessel that can warp to there. And then you can buy the stuff from them, right? So even if you build a capital vessel, you're still going to need Zazcosium, and you're not going to be able to get Zazcosium, you know, without warping. The only other way to get Zazcosium is to go to POIs on your starter planet and hope that you can find some Zazcosium in the alien containers within those POIs, but you'll have to shoot your way through the POI and take it over. So, those are your two options. Either you find a small vessel with warp and find a way to warp to this mining facility or some other station that has Zazcosium for sale and have enough money to buy the Zazcosium that is for sale, or you go into POIs with your shotgun and your, you know, assault rifle and shoot your way through them in the hope that you'll find either pieces of that POI that have Zazcosium in them, or Zazcosium in one of the alien containers that exists there, right? The other option, of course, there's the third option, which is to follow the storyline, right? When you follow this storyline, I don't know if you're playing on a server or not. If you're playing on a server, then you won't have this available. But if you are not playing on the server, if you follow the storyline, it will take you and help you build a ship. It will help you get to all these places. And eventually it will take you to Sigma Fulcrum. And as part of the Sigma Fulcrum story, you can take that space base for yourself. And once you do, there is a trader on Sigma Fulcrum that will sell you Zazcosium. But, you know, again, that's a long journey because you have to go through all this stuff. And you'll still need a small vessel with warp. So ultimately, you need a small vessel with warp. That's the bottom line. Let's see. What do we do? Let's go shoot some by. The technology is actually reversed engineered tech from a super advanced race. They left the galaxy, and humans were genetically engineered to be slaves. That might explain why we're all looking to follow somebody. I'm curious though, genetically engineered from what? Were we genetically engineered from their race? From their species? Or were we genetically engineered from a subspecies like monkeys or something like that? And how did they genetically engineer us? Did they tweak it, or did they mix their genes with our own genes, which means we have the potential of reaching their level as well? The super advanced race made a thing that can create new species. Is it like Prometheus? Tell me it's like Prometheus. We are, of course, debating fiction, you know. So. Prometheus. It was a movie. I think it was considered the precursor to the movie Aliens. Well, you need to go see it. For the story, if anything else. If only for the story. You don't even need to watch it. Just YouTube the intro. Just YouTube the introduction of that movie. Like the first couple of minutes. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Oh, dang it. That definitely needs to be changed. I wonder what the future of the human race will be like. Oh. There's an infinite number of possibilities. Listen, this is what it comes down to. Something absolutely horrific has to happen. And then after that, maybe humans will start to, you know, treat each other better. But it always takes tragedy, you know, horrific tragedy before people change. It's a general unfortunate rule. Because as long as the status quo is working for the majority, you know, it doesn't matter. There's no need to change. Yep, that looks about right. So basically the only people who are going to be left are the Japanese. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what I get from that. Their whole civilization is based on, or society is based on being mindful of others. All right, let's go with Boogie. Let's get some Boogie going. Mysterious Cat. Hey, listen, tentacle things have been in Japanese culture for a very long time, but they haven't actually materialized yet, so I don't think that's an issue. That's a fantasy. I doubt they're going to be attempting to make it a reality. Cat girls, on the other hand, no, you should be more concerned with, like, Blade Runner style nightmares. That's more likely to happen than tentacles everywhere. Merc MX5 is a stock ship in the game list, and if it doesn't come with a warp and shield, it can be upgraded with simple instructions. There you go, Buko. There's a ship for you. I think it does come with warp, but it doesn't come with shields. And let's just take a look at it. I had to open blueprints. Stock, small vessel. So this is the ship you want, Uko. What was wrong with the ammo container? Was it not connecting to the rest of the extensions that were in there? I expect. Let's just ramp A doubles. Oh, I see. Okay. Keep on getting irradiated. Go with cool cats. Ooh. Okay, what just happened? I will wedge myself inside of a block. For a better future, genocide seems to be the only solution. Hey, JG! How's it going? Nope, I was wrong. Those are not ramp A's. We're not rampage doubles. This one is, but these are not. Wow, I'm just damaging blocks all over the place. No, why? Why would you say that? Is it because I'm calling you JG? We agreed on that a while back, but if you prefer, I'd call you Gramps. But absolutely not. You have not offended me in any way. Alright, let's go to the other side and fix stuff. And let's go with... I got rhythm. Okay, so far so good. You have 2 ideas for a better future. 3 ideas actually. Okay, let me guess. Idea number 1 is genocide, right? So I think we've covered that one. What are the other 2 ideas? Achieve immortality. That, I feel, would be disastrous. Become invincible to mortal wounds. Build a time machine. How would a time machine... A time machine wouldn't work because you'd either be creating paradoxes or you'd reach a stage where you're no longer in your own universe because of the changes that you've made. You're now in parallel universes. Unable to influence the original one you came from where you built the time machine. That doesn't really strike me as a viable solution. And if ever the future I wanted had to be in the same timeline I was born in. Fair enough. That's fair enough. Well, I mean, in that case, why don't you just build a machine where you could jump dimensions and find a dimension where you would, you know... I suppose you wouldn't be able to make it the way you want it, right? So... And the third idea? Drum roll, please. Make so the brain cannot biologically deteriorate. So you're talking about something like Gamer, where they replace your brain with nanobots? Although you're not envisioning it being as twisted as that. Nanobots sound too dangerous. Well, if you've seen the movie, you'll know exactly how dangerous they are. If it's any consolation, Gerard Butler does free the human race from its control, so there's that. Need to survive potential EMPs. I don't think that can happen. All machines will break down eventually. We're just machines. We're very poorly constructed machines, though, unfortunately. We found a way to sort of reverse aging by a few years. Is it enough, though? And then, you see, this is a problem. Like, that whole idea of being able to... Immortality is an issue, because human beings, the population is still increasing. Right? And we don't have the technology yet to be able to travel to other places and survive there, so... And also, that technology is probably not available to everybody. Or will not be available to everybody. Right? Oh. Actually, they use decompression chamber, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I think we're done. I think we've done it. Let's go check the other side to make sure it looks equally as messed up. And let's keep it going a bit when the music comes around. So the only thing that's missing is this whole track here. No. I really don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. Because fixing crouch is one thing, but actually having the hitboxes where crouch makes a difference, that's a different story. Right? That's the first thing. The second thing is, there's a lot of other things that I would like to see improved before crouch. Right? Like, give me more blocks, for example. About 26 of their DNA was fixed. I'm curious if it can walk under my Warpig with high gear. So it has lower turrets. Well, the other thing is, like, being able to get through smaller spaces when you're raiding a POI or something like that, right? There we go. Splatter gun! So I think in the near future, humans will have achieved a kind of immortality. You mean the rich humans? Again, immortality is a problem, both in resources. Like, there's a finite amount of resources on this planet, so unless you can somehow move all of these immortal people out, there is going to be a greater struggle to feed everybody. I'm not into crouch for fighting. Stay in my ship. Well, you know, Mike with Cyborg going around who can headshot you from like miles away, I don't blame you. Only effective immortality have been achieved. Now new ethical issues will arise, like a birth limit. Yeah, because that works so well for China. Every solution seems to create more problems, so which makes them kind of like not actual solutions. In an ideal world, yes, yes, all of the things, yes. Well, except for genocide, maybe. But in the world, the real world, yeah, it's not gonna work. That kind of technology will be hoarded and kept secret and used by a finite group of people to maintain their wealth and extend their lives beyond what is normal. Not everybody's going to be able to afford that effective immortality. Nor will they be allowed to even utilize it. So, while it does seem like an ideal solution, it's not necessarily going to work. I'm gonna go for Piccolo and a King. With effective mortality, overpopulation will be a huge issue on the radar, because if fewer people die of age, replacing them with newer human models will not be needed. But also, think about the genetic stagnation that's going to happen. Showtime joke as you rated me. Huh? I'm curious because I haven't rated anybody yet. Oh, the other day. Ah, I see. I do remember that. Plus, you have to fix my genetics and at least 20% of the rest of the population. You kill the sick, which makes genocide sound even worse. Fair enough. Well, then in that case, I'm going to go back to calling you JG. Okay, while we did a lot of work here, the other side remains. I had the pickle and the cane. So this whole thing here, which depending on the stats we may do differently. Just take a look. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it differently because we need more thrust in the back to match this thrust in the front. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Humans are set for a horrible, questionable future. Yeah, but I mean, Stormy, humans have been envisioning a horrible, questionable future since the beginning of their existence. The engines look like xenophobia times 100. Redundancy to it doesn't matter if they get taken out. Yeah, but I mean, if you look at most ships where the acceleration is, you know, not up to 100, right? It sits at about anywhere between 20 to 30 to 40 maximum generally for most of your stock ships or standard ships or workshop ships. Having a lot of the thrusters being taken out means that in this case, in the case of Big Mama, means that you can still maneuver and do the stuff that you normally be able to do in any workshop vessel that you get, right? So, but my roll is weak. My pitch is acceptable. My yaw is too much, and my roll is not enough. But since roll is actually dependent on the top and the bottom thrusters, more so than any other, that's yet to be determined what it's going to be fully, because this bottom one hasn't been finished. You can escape what has taken out your engines. Maybe it's time to start working on that time machine then. Get on it, Stormy. Big Mama is way too small. It lacks so many thrusters. I agree with you. It needs more thrust. Definitely needs more thrust. 104 XL thrusters is by all means not enough. For sure. Weird. I thought that one was the animated one, but oh well. I just don't have the time. Are you interested in taking a look at a few builds of mine, possibly taking them over? I just don't have the time, and they've been rotting. Unfortunately, I also don't have the time, and I'm a little bit muffed with Imperion in general. Oh, absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. The advanced core was put in a long, long time ago. I always knew that I would need an advanced core. I mean, come on. Size class 71. JG, I would talk to Ascarly. Ascarly likes converting ships. Galactica and Anaconda build. See, I never actually watched Galactica. And there's the advanced core, Mike. Sitting in the center of what could be considered a vertex. Vortex? Vertex. Which is a test ship, by the way. Ah, there's so many little blocks like this. Elite Dangerous Anaconda, also a game I've never played. Anywho, let's not get into this right now, otherwise I'll be moving blocks for the next 6 hours. need to figure out a way to get these monkey thrusters in here. I think we can do it, but they'll have to be moved down by several blocks in order for them to be able to be part of the build. But these front ones are done, so that's good. And we need to shore this up. I think I want to bring this down as well, otherwise we're going to end up with a very small surface area that actually touches the ground. Also, if this is going to be the lowest point, then these thrusters either need to be covered or need to be moved down themselves. Plus, we need to add a whole lot of other pointing down thrusters. Where am I going to land this? Probably on water. Probably on a big body of water. Or, you know, I have found places to land it before when I've taken it out testing. So it is possible to land it, right? But you can pretty much forget about trying to walk in and out of it. The only way really that you're going to be able to do that is here, which means this needs to be placed. Like this needs to be able to hit the ground. At least one of these sides. And it'll be a very long walk. Which reminds me, when I get to the interior, I have to have an actual way to walk down this and not get wholly irradiated by all of these. It has to be also something that is walkable on 4G, where you're not going to kill yourself getting down the stairs. Best to leave and come back with the ship. Wondering if I should flip this over. Like I should flip this over, otherwise you're going to get caught here. Yeah, this hangar door needs to be flipped. So that the bottom is down here. That can be a task for a different time. Yes, JG, this is Legacy Space. Ida, open galaxy map. So, as you can see, we are at Zimu, right on the edge of Legacy Space, which is where I usually make my, I think he is, but I think he's probably in some voice meetings, so he can't hear what's going on. But if you type, he might be able to see it. But I think he's busy at work, so. Or maybe not, I don't know. It is the weekend, so who knows? But I think you can see him in the users in chat. Yeah, he's there. Maybe he's not at the actual screen. So yeah, I usually come out here. I have the nanites transfer Big Mama to the edge of Legacy Space, and then I will eventually make my way out here to finish construction. Right, because ultimately my goal is to clear this whole area. And if I can't do it within my time in this universe, then the people that I leave behind, I generally have the tendency to leave them the tools that are required to do so. And this time, they're going to be close window. They're going to be armed with some of the best tools so far. For example, the Raven. I think you might have to do it 3 times like Beetlejuice or Bloody Mary. So yeah, the Raven will be a powerful tool for extermination of the Legacy. Ooh, I think. Oh no, it's still on. Good. Fair enough. Everybody has their limits, right? Just make sure the Tesseract has enough fuel to continue. Oh yeah, she's... There we go. Good. She'll run for a while now. The other one is this. It's more the O2 that I'm concerned about than the fuel, but we'll check both things. Can't remember where I put the fuel for this one. Maybe in Wood. Nope. I'm sure I left fuel for it. Oh, besides Big Mama? Right now my focus is Big Mama. I've pretty much stopped, like, because I used to have my off time building ships in creative, but ever since the matter converter, I have not wanted to touch this outside of the stream. So I haven't really been building anything. It's basically that experience knocked the taste out of my mouth and left me not really wanting to play Empyrean that much. Huh. Could have swore there were fusion cells on here. Well, there's O2. Just what I'm kind of focused on. 100% sure there were fusion cells here. I just don't know where I put them. Oh god, they could be anywhere. This is the problem with having so much storage. Oh well. Yeah, at any point in time where a survival game murders you mercilessly for absolutely no reason, that's kind of going to kill my will to continue to play it. So, I've been exploring other games. Let's see. We got plenty of turret placements potential here on this edge. Recently I've been playing a lot of Conan Unconquered, which is an RTS, and that comes from playing and finishing They Are Billions, which was an awesome game, and still is an awesome game. I just, after finishing the campaign, similar to finishing the campaign in Empyrean, I felt like there was nothing more to do. It took me like 2 weeks to get over that with Empyrean and actually continue playing. But with They Are Billions, other games have popped up. So I'm giving that a try. I also got Mars Z, Tactical Defense, which is another fast-paced game, which I'm not really enjoying as much. It's fun, but it is... I don't like the games where pressure is constant. I want to play relaxing games. I play games to relax. I don't play games to, you know, challenge myself or get a high score or whatever. I get my new birthday monitor Thursday. I may go back to Elite Dangerous, also try Star Citizen. See, now Aerosod said Star Citizen was good. I just, I'm not a big MMO player, so. Exactly, life is enough of a challenge. I mean, I'm sure it appeals to some people, just not to me. What else was there? I picked up a few of them because I haven't bought any games for the past couple of years. So all my one yearly gain budget had been stored up. So, and I bought them all during the sale, so I was able to get more with the money that I had, which was good. Oh wow, that's awesome. The best I have is a massive TV that I inherited from people who were leaving the country, which I haven't hooked up to any games yet. Maybe I should. I wonder what it would look like on that. Huh. Anyways, let's get back to the music. Let's see if I can find... ambient. Feeling hard at pop music. Odyssey G9 gaming monitor. That's a lot of information. I would be super excited. That's huge. I don't think I'd have enough space on my desk for that, though. Well, congratulations to you, and I hope it's everything you wished for and more. And also, happy birthday. IDA Open Logistics. I don't know if I actually have thrusters. IDA Open Logistics. Your old PC doesn't look good on your TV. I somehow feel like that's the case. That's why maybe I haven't tried it yet. Because I don't think it will look good on the TV, but I'm not sure. I mean, I'm watching the stream on it, and it doesn't seem too bad. It does have a weird fuzziness to it, but that could just be because I'm losing my eyesight. For XL thrusters, Okay, so I don't have any L thrusters for this. I'll need 8. That's funny. That's one day before my birthday. Being born in December really sucks because when it comes to calculating your age, everybody always makes you 1 year older. I'm sure it's not as painful as you, though. What you have to remember is we don't celebrate Christmas. So I don't get the loss of Christmas presents because I never got Christmas presents, so to speak. Yep, I grew up in a Muslim country, so... And, you know, Christmas, kind of a Christian thing. Let's see. Go with transonic vibrations. Okay, what are we going to do with this? وعليكم السلام. يا أهلا وسهلا، يا مرحبا. I don't think it matters at this point in time. Christmas has become such a commercialized thing that I think it surpasses, it actually passes religion now. You know what? I'm suddenly reminded of Matt and his Creel Infiltrator, which makes me want to put a bunch of cannon turrets here that can point down towards a POI and just blast it to shit. Which makes me question placing these here. Okay. Oh, I see why I put those there. Fair enough. We still on Splattergun? Yes, we are. Do you really need excuses, though? I mean, realistically, do you really need excuses? Let's be honest. There you go. The truth is out. Well, you know, that's when you tell your loved ones, hey, remind me to dote on you every once in a while. PBIs. You lost me there. You know, I'm going to put these down and I'm going to think, oh, you know what? I should shape these later and do something with them. Should probably do something with them now. I'm not going to. Well, you know, the benefit of Alzheimer's is you never remember that you have it. Traumatic brain injuries. Okay. Well, I mean, that's not good, but not much we can do about it. And we can have enough blocks to pull this off. I mean, it's in line with that, so yeah, that's what use this. Finish off the edge and go with Kentucky fill. Corner hats. B? Yeah. Oh, okay. I see a flaw in my design already. Sure, these are great for shooting downwards, but shooting any other direction, like for example forward, is no bueno. Thrust vectoring engines, engines that can move in different direction depending on where you want the thrust to go. There is no way to push this last one out by 3 blocks. Get it. Be able to shoot past these guys. You might just have to accept this the way it is. Which brings us to this. If these are going to be ground pound, it doesn't matter because they're going to be shooting downwards, so it'll be fine. Besides, if there is any target, say, where the cursor is, I'm pretty sure all of the guns will be able to fire at it. So as long as you're not exactly on the same plane as your target, it'll be fine. Besides, they're going to be cannon turrets, so they're not going to be terribly effective anyways, in space battles at least. This does raise a question for me, though, is, are those point thrusters that are pointing downwards? Can flak fire on the surface? I feel like the answer to that is no. Really? The flak are missile turrets. Are you thinking about Reforged Eden again? I'm pretty sure that in vanilla you can't. Yeah, okay. That's alright. Oh, where were we? Let's go... Summer Love Remastered. Nope. No Spotify. Yes, I do. Oh, wow. Okay, we made a mistake here. Let's see. This and this. Also, all of this can go. There's a whole section dedicated to music on my Discord. Feel free to post any recommendations so that we may all enjoy it. Damn, we're gonna have to do a lot of cleanup. It's odd. Make a quick stop. Grab some O2. Excellent. Give me something to listen to while I'm gaming. Unfortunately, because I posted to YouTube, I can't exactly stream it. Not without setup. Plus, it's weird. It's weird to watch a video and to know that there are people are listening to music but not be able to hear it. Huh. There are a bunch of things missing from this side. Disconnected. Ah, kidding me? Again? I No worries. Good luck. Oh, come on. No, don't do this. All right. Okay, good. Ah. Moving too fast. Huh. Moving too fast, but it's not actually. Weird. Because of this? Yeah, it's because of that. Can't change view while you're in block mode. That's interesting. Well, have fun with that. Catch you later. Thanks for the music.
Click a sub for your streamer.
Oh, thank
Twitch
you.
of the many. Oh, Twitch of the many.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much. This just screams potential turrets. The question is, how do you place them? Because you'll want them to go up more and more as they go. Either that or you have to accept that they're going to be next to each other. And also, why are we not putting those thrusters in closer? Why are they so far out? Surely we could add more. Although if we want turrets, we won't be able to. Oh. I'll definitely lose my connection if I'm all the way over there. Alright. So this is question. Well, I'll probably want to leave that row to support the thruster. Don't do that. Paint them first. Just remove random blocks. Oh, maybe I won't actually remove that because I may want to put blocks here between them. I think covering the top is going to make a difference. I think it just matters the space in between them more so than anything. And these guys are so... Oh no, they're not as close to each other as I thought they were. They're all going to have to move. And it doesn't look like there's much space for another set. So what I might end up doing is moving them forward. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 spaces. Also, they can't be here. So if we did 1, 2, 3, and a space in between, that means we can move these thrusters 2 forward. If we move these thrusters 2 forward, with a space in between, so they'll start here. They'll go 1, 2, 3, space. The next set of thrusters will start here. 1, so it'll push it out by 2. I think we have enough space to push it out by 2. So we can have another row of thrusters there. And we have to build out this section here to cover these. Seems like a very small amount of thrusters. One thing I will say, though, previously when I was working on Big Mama, and I don't know if this is because I removed the great majority of the, what do they call them? Trussing blocks, or if it's just been some kind of improvement on Empyreon's side, but it definitely doesn't, like glitch, not glitch, which is not the word, stutter. Stutter is the word I'm looking for. It doesn't stutter as much as it used to. That's a good thing. Okay. So far, so good. Ooh. Got a big task. Got to shore up all of this. Find a space, potentially, for these monkey thrusters, which I'm gonna kind of feel that they are going to be pushed down by several blocks. Then we have sharp edges everywhere that hurts me. We have to deal with how to bring this back without blocking any of the others. Okay. Let's see what I did. Oh yes, I'm starving. We'll have to do the shaping for later. Is it just... Okay, I see. So Ramp Bs and Ramp B doubles. Oh. Ah. Then we have left and right thrusters. Which, in this scenario, we might actually make up and down thrusters as opposed to left and right. Just to be able to get that additional thrust, because I think we're good on left and right. Yeah, we're at 110. That's acceptable. But up and down we need more help with. So instead of making them go left and right like we have them on the top, we'll make these facing downwards. Let's think about how we're going to shape this back area. We're going to need a crap ton of XL thrusters, which I'm not sure we have. I know we have 4 over there, but I'm not sure. I don't think we stored anything on here. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's make some. Oh, we can't. We don't have oscillators. There's your oscillators right there. Throw some of this in there as well. Okay, good. That should be enough for now. Excellent. Alright. Let's cook. We struggle with interiors because we don't really consider the layout of the interior when you're building the exterior. You just think, oh, this should be enough space. But then when you come down to actually making it happen, it's a different story. C'est la vie. That's life. You guess you make the best with what you have. Well, this is where we're going to leave it. So, as always, I remind you to take care of yourselves and one another, and may the force forever be in your favor. This is Commander Black, signing out.
My name is Ida.